Hey guys, and welcome back to this part of this tutorial series. Today I'm first going to fix these three small tasks. So first I want to increase the post count when we create new posts. I've forgotten to do that, and we can do that here in the post create function. So first I just want to get the user by saying user equals request.user, and then user.post count equals user.post count plus 1, and then just user.save. I want to check if this is correct, so open up the model for the account. Yeah, okay, it was posts count in plural. So then we can save this and test it. So if I refresh now, you can see 2 posts here and 2 posts. Then I can add one more. Testing, post. Now I have 3. If I refresh, this is 3, so the backend is okay. Then I just want to increase this when I add a post here. So if I open up profile view, I can do it here. So this number is the user.posts count. So just scroll down, not send, not get, but this submit form. So here I can say this.user.posts count plus equals 1. So refresh, one more test and post. So now this incremented. Nice. So let's go to the do list and set the first task here to done. Next step is then setting the avatar in the store when adding or changing an avatar. So we already do this in the login. So let me just close a few files and find the login view. So here we actually pass in this information into the user store down here where this is set, but we also need to do this in the edit profile view. So here you can see that we are passing in this information into set user info, but here I want to set the URL for the image we have uploaded. So if I then just open up user.js, I just want to see here. Yes, this will be reset every time we do something here because we are only passing in this. So here I do want to say avatar, and then I can use the information we get from the server, response.data.user.getAvatar. So then I just need to make sure that this information is sent back together with the message here. So if I open up api.py inside the account app, then we have the edit profile. Nice. Let me just remove these 2 print statements. So here we are sending in this, but we can also send in the user as well. So we can say serializer equals user serializer. Pass in the user, which is the one we have up here, and then we can set here many we don't have to set it, but we can now append it here, user serializer.data, and save. So I think that should be it. Let me try to edit my profile, choose image, change back to this one, save changes. So there are no errors. If I refresh, everything seems to be okay. And I can do one more test, change to this one again, change, and now it was updated there and there, which means that now this is working. Nice. So that means that one more time we can go here and set this task to done. So then we can fix error messages in login/signup. So if I first just log out, go to login, try to log in with the email address that doesn't work, you can see that I'm redirected to the feed page and I'm still not logged in. So this should not work. So if I now go to log in Vue, you can see here why this is happening. As you can see here, this error is this is 0 because we have filled in these two, but we have nothing to catch the error correctly here. So if I open up the console here, you can see that I get the 401 unauthorized back from the server. This should come down here. You can see here that we get an access error with message request failed with status error code 401. So instead of continuing here, we should actually show a message to the user. And for this I want to use the toast store. So let's import it. Import use toast store from @stores/toast. Then we can initialize it here. Const toast store equals use toast store, and then pass it in here, toast store. So then we should be able to use that. But how can I prevent it from going from here and down to this? For example, we can do one more check. If I do this now, and then I add this check here as well, and then in here I can send this .errors .push the username, the email or password is incorrect. So then we can actually test this now by going back here, go to the login again, try email address we know that doesn't exist. Let me see here, the email or password is incorrect, and it's actually enough to show it here. We don't need the toast store for this, so I can just remove this import like that. So now we are showing information here if there is something wrong. So let me just remove this console log, we don't need it, it's just messing up the console here. But now we know that we have a good information here if the user types something wrong. Okay, and then we have to do the same with the sign up. If I go here now, try to sign up, this is working now, that's good. But if I try to send in something like this, click sign up, okay, I have a simple validation there. The password does not match, so I have the validation locally, and that's good. But what if there is an error that comes back here and is not a part of this? Let me just open up the API so I can look at the code. So I have the sign up here, and if the message is error, then I don't really know what the problem is. So I should get some more information here. Let me just say Django print form errors in Vue. Okay, I'm not on the internet. Okay, that's better. So accessing Django form error message in Vue. Okay, so I can just print it like this. Great. Let me do it here so that I can see what this looks like. And then I can try to sign up with an email that I know exists. And then I need a password here. Sign up. Something went wrong, please try again. And if I go here, you can see I have two different types of validation error. User with this email already exists, and the password is too short, it must contain at least 8 characters. Okay, so I should show these in the front end somewhere. That means that I need to return more than just this message. So maybe I can just return the whole thing. If I now say message equals this, then we can see in the front end what this looks like. So error, blah blah blah, error. Okay, I don't have a console log on this because we are going into this now actually and not this. So here I can say console.log response.data, sign up, try one more time to fill out this, sign up. Okay, that did not, okay, actually get the 500 error. The validation error is not JSON serializable. So I need to fix that. e.message_dict. Okay, I can return it like this. e.message_dict. So I get it as a dictionary. So like that, I think. What is E? That's a validation error. But it's not an exception like it is here. Okay, what if I set safe equals false on this one? Will that work? Let me try. Sign up. Still get a 500 error because it's still not serializable. Okay. Form.errors. What is this then? Then it said something different. So now I get a message. And then it says here, email, user with this email exists and this password error. Nice. So then in the front end, I can loop through this inside here. So for let I equals 0 to create a for loop, I is lower than response.data.message, which is this dictionary here, this one, dot length and I++. Let me try to test this, console.log, and then we get the first one like that. Okay, refresh, so everything is okay. Sign up. Something went wrong. It didn't go into this loop. Why didn't that work? Maybe it's because this was not message dot. Maybe if I convert this to a list, let's try to see then. Email twice. Sign up view. Okay, so I think it will work because I set 0 there. That will just get the first one in this list, but you have to say I, so I get first number 1 and then number 2 and similar. So then we can console log this again just to test. Sign up. Then you can see email and password. There is something wrong with those two. Great. So how do I extract that information about this? Maybe if I set 0 there, let me just see what I get then. Now then I just get the first letters. Okay, so let me try to print this in the back end. Print message, so I can see what this actually looks like. The information I'm sending forward. Yes, you can see that I'm just sending email and I'm sending password. Okay. So what we can actually do then, if I say .sdata here, maybe I get the whole thing then. Let me see. That didn't work. Sorry. Print message. I forgot that I took this away. Sign up. Go back again. Still just sending in this. Okay. And if I do this, then I get the other error that I did not want. Then I get this one. And now the data looks like this. Okay, how do I do this? Let me try this dot message dict. See if this is working. Sign up. Dict has no attribute message dict. And that's probably because we don't have the same problem as this user here. Okay, maybe this s.json. Let me see if that is working. Yes, that looks a little bit better. So then we can see here that this is something called message inside there. So in the front end now, instead of saying this, let me try to print just this again. Sign up, then I get a whole lot of things here. So maybe I need to say JSON dot is it JSON dot parse? That did not look correct. JavaScript parse JSON. JSON dot parse. So different from what I did. JSON dot parse. Let me see if this is now working. JSON is not defined. Okay, I was doing it correctly. Okay, one more try. So there is something wrong with that JSON. Okay. So what I am returning in this message is not okay. So console.log. Let me just see the whole shebang. Sign up. Okay, so here you can see the whole code that I'm getting. So then I need to go through this. JavaScript loop through JSON. So yes, I agree. So then I can try to say this. Instead, for key in response.data.message console.log key. And if I want to get the value, I think I can say res key, or at least like this. Okay, just remove this then, save now, and let's test. Sign up. That did not work good. At least you can see that it's looping through this. Const JSON data equals JSON.parse. Pass it in here. Replace this with data and this with data. Okay, hopefully last attempt now. Sign up. JSON is not defined. Fuck this. Parse. Sign up. Now I get email and I got password, and in there we have the message. Nice. Finally. Okay, so then you can see here that I have this, which is the key. The key user with this email already exists. So here I think I can say, let me try to say dot message to see if I can get the message itself. Sign up. Undefined. Darn. Okay, if I get the first value there, one more time, sign up, and now it's there. Perfect. Then I just need the message, so now maybe I can say message. Sorry about all of this back and forth. Now it's looking okay. Nice. So then I can push this information or this error here in where we want it. This .errors.push, pass it in there and save. So now it should work. Sign up. User with this email already exists. Okay, so then I need to change that. And this password is too short. It must contain at least 8 characters. Great. So now we have error messages in login and sign up as well. Before I continue, I just want to say thanks to all of my patrons. If you too want to support me, you will find a link in the description below. Okay, so maybe we can work on the change password view. So if I now log in with one of my users, cvs@gmail.com, and then go to my profile, then on the edit profile page, maybe here we should have a edit password button or similar. So let me just close everything here, open up the edit profile view. You can put this button wherever you want, but I think this is a okay place to have it. Router link to, let me see, profile edit password. Then edit password, save. You can see that we have that there. Class, you can add underline so it's easy to see that you can click on this. This view doesn't exist, so we need to create it. If I just copy everything here, paste it in a new file and save it as edit passwordview.view. Now we can import this to the router. Just copy this, replace profile here with password, scroll down and edit here. So here's the profile, edit /password, edit password, and we want to use the edit password view. So if I now go back, you can see here we still have this page now, but it's because the code is the same as here. Here we do not want an avatar, we do not want the email and not the name itself, but I want to change this very soon. So here you can change your password, edit password. So that looks better. So then I just need to fix this. So password, and then form.name, no, form.old password. We want to get this also. Your old password. This should be type password. Then I can make a copy of this. Let's say new password. This can just be password 1, your new password, and then last one, repeat password. This can be password 2. Change the placeholder to repeat password and save. So now you have these 3 fields you need to fill out in order to change your password. I need to update this. Old password, default is to empty, password 1 default to empty, and password 2 default to empty. So then I can also open up signup.view and just copy this very simple validation of the new passwords. Like that, the password doesn't match. And the information I want to send to the back end should be the old password. That should then be this.form.oldpassword. I want to send in password 1 and password 2. Double S, password 1 and password 2. So then the URL can be API edit profile /password, or it can just be /edit password. Information was saved. We don't need to store anything here, and when this is done we can redirect us back to the profile page. I think that's the best. So push /profile and our ID. So profile / this.user_store.user.id. I just need to replace this with backticks like that. So I think this should work now. Let's go to the API.py in the account app. Then we should have the edit profile. Let's create one more here. At API view, post, and then def edit password request. Now we first can get the user that we are logged in with, and then we can get the 3 password fields. So old password equals. Actually, before I do this, I want to see if Django has a built-in form for this with validation. So Django change password form. Change password and reset. Let me scroll. Okay, it looks like Django has this built in password change view, but I want to know where this form is coming from. Maybe I can just try to import it directly from django.contrib.auth.forms import change password change form. So we can try to look at this by going into the source code, search for this. So here you can see that we are expecting the old password, and we are expecting new password 1 and new password 2. Okay, so let's change that in the front end first, so they have the same names as we expect in the back end. And it was old password with underscore. Yes, perfect. So we can do it down here as well. New password 1 and new password 2. New password 1, new password 2. Like that. So now the front end and back end uses the same naming convention. That's very good. So since we have now imported this, it should be very easy to fix. We don't need to do this then. So then we can just say form equals change password change form, pass in request.post, and this request.post is the information that we have added here to the form data. And then we can say instance equals user, which is the one we are logged in with. If form.is valid, then we can say form.save. And if that's the case, then we can return a success message to the front end. We can just say success. And if the form isn't valid, then we want to do the same thing as we did on the other place here. This one. So now we return this instead. So then we can say return JSON response message, put this there, and say safe equals false, and save. So last thing before we can test this is to add this to the account URLs. Just copy this, replace profile these 3 places with password, and save. So no errors there. We can try to use this. I see here that this is for old version of Django, but it still probably the same, this one. Let me try with a different wrong password, see what we get back. The 500 error. Got an unexpected keyword argument instance. Okay. So how do I provide information about the user we want to change? Clean old password. Where is that information? Set password form. Okay, let me just see if I find an example of this. Okay, it's trying to set user like that. User equals request user. Okay, user equals user. Let me see if that works now. Go here again, save changes, still get an error. Got multiple values for argument user. Let me try to set this first. Argument cannot appear after keyword arguments. Okay. Do we just pass in the user like that? Still error. User has no attribute get. This is not working as I was hoping. Okay, if I set data equals like that. So data equals and user equals. Try one more time. Save changes. Okay, so now I got this. Your old password was incorrectly. Okay, and the new password is too short and similar. But instead of showing this in only a few seconds, I want to show them on the page. And just like we do on the page here. So here we can loop through the information, copy these 4 lines, go back here, and then it should be in this. We can just remove this toast and say it like this instead. So we can try to do it now. Use a wrong password there. Okay, your old password was entered incorrectly. Please enter it again. This password is too short. It must contain at least 8 characters. Now we can try to fix this. Save changes. Unexpected token success is not valid. It looks like it went through. And then this should just be saved. Or success was the keyword we added. Okay, one more time. Now it's probably the new password. Save changes. Now it's redirected here and the information was saved. So now we have the possibility to change the password for the logged in user. Nice. So that means I can set this to done. Okay, so the next task can then be verify your email address on sign up. So what we want to do then is that in the API.py where we create a new user, we have the sign up function somewhere here, there. What we can do here is to just say user equals form.save and user.isActive equals false and user.save. So if I do that, then go here now, log out, try to create a new user, Stein, can just add a random user, oops, sign up. The user is registered, please log in. We need to change this information, but it says success here. So if I then try to find this user in the database by stopping here now and say python mentioned py shell from account.models import user. User equals user.objects.get email equals the one I just used. Maybe that was the wrong email address. What did I type in? Oh no. Okay. Users equals user.objects.all users. So this is the email address I used. Hit enter. So user.is_active. That is set to false. That means that if I try to log in with the user here, just to run server, it should hopefully not work. etc. The email or password is incorrect, even though the message was that you are not active. So if I go to login.vue, you can add that as well, or the user is not activated. Save. So if I now refresh, try to log in with this user again, then or the user is not activated. So we need to activate it. But before I need to start working on that, we can say here, user was registered, please activate your account by clicking your email link or something similar to that. So what we need to do then is to do some changes to the model for the user. So models.py, we need one field here that should be maybe I don't need to do a change. Maybe I can just send the ID and then the email. So when you click a link, you can be sent to a page where you activate this. Okay, yes, sorry about my blah blah blah. Open up settings.py. We can configure the email server. So Django email backend command line. First we can just set and send emails in the backend, so we can show them in the console. Console. Yes, here we have this. So somewhere here, you just say email backend, Django core mail backends, console email backend. And when then send emails, they will just show here, so we can see that everything is working. So if I now scroll up somewhere here, here is how we can send a very simple email. Let's just copy this and go to api.py. This is in the core, so that should go in the middle. I like to have these alphabetically, but that's totally up to you what you want. Send email. This should go down here. Send verification email. The subject should be please verify your email. Here is the message. This can be sent from noreply@way.com or whatever your domain will be. You can also use a Gmail and similar. The to address should go to user. Guess this is an email field like that. And then it's the message. The URL for activating your account is, and then we can pass it in here. So here we can just say F like that, and then in here we say URL. So now we need to generate this up here. URL equals, and then it's HTTP 127.0.0.1.8000, which is the one that we have here. Activate email, and then we want to add email equals, pass in user.email, and we want one more field, for example the ID equals user.id. Then just add f here for format, so we can use variables in the string here. Okay, so now this URL will be put in here, and when you go to this, which has not been created yet, but we will do that very soon. But we can make a test to see that it's working now. Let me try to create one more user. Hello at hello.com, sign up. Okay, the user is registered. Please activate your account. And if I go here now, you can see that this is the email that was sent to the user now. You see the subject, the email address, and then the message itself. The URL for activating your account is this one. So let's copy this, go here, open up a new tab, and paste it, and hit enter. Now I get this is not found. Okay. So, what we can do then is to create this. This is now a Django view and not a view used in the front end. So in views.py here, we can say def activate email request, and then the email we want to activate is request.get email. Default is to empty, and the ID. So now this is the user ID and this is the email for the user we want to activate. So now you can check that both of this is filled in by saying if email and ID. Now we can try to get this user from the database by saying user equals user.objects.get where email equals email and comma, or actually ID equals ID. So here I get a warning because we need to import this model from .models import user. That's gone now. Print user. Now we just return HTTP response blah blah blah. So we need to import this up here from Django.http import HTTP response, which makes it very easy to just show information here. So if I now try to refresh, that did not work, of course, because I haven't added it to the URLs here. So we can import it here first from .import views. You see this is the API, which comes from this file. You can add it at the bottom, path, activate, email. You don't need to think about the parameters up here, because this is get parameters and not a part of the URL itself. So views.activate email, name, activate email, and save. So if I now refresh, it's still not working. Activate email, activate. Okay, the URL is supposed to be API/activate email. Okay, that's a little bit dumb. Let's just import this directly to the main URL file in way backend from account.views import activate email. Now we can add it at the bottom there above admin. Activate email, activate email. So now this points directly to this, which goes back into here. So now we can refresh. Now we see this information, which is just a simple string we are printing instead of using this render function you are used to with Django. So you can see here it's printing hello at hello.com because it found the user, and we have these two fields here. So since we now know that the user had that link, we can't just guess this by random. So that means we can say user.isActive equals true and user.save. So then the user is activated because he clicked the email. Then we can say the user is now activated. You can go ahead and log in. If the email and ID isn't filled out, we can say return. It should be a response. The parameters is not valid. So if I refresh now, the user is activated. You can go ahead and log in. And if I go to the front end now, we can try to log in with that user. asdf@asf.no, I think it was. No, that was not the correct address. I used hello this time. I'm getting old. Log in, and now I was logged in with that user. See here that I get one more weird error that I should probably fix before I continue. And that is one that's probably connected to the one up here. And if I go to app.vue, I think it is because this is not always set. But I think if I then is authenticated and then if I put it in there like that, refresh. Okay, now it's not showing at all. Okay, that was wrong of me, sorry. Take it back. Like that. It's because this user doesn't have a default image, which it should have. Let me just go here, set this to done, and then we can set this as task. A user should have a default avatar, and save. So it's very dumb that this isn't showing anything now. So what should we do if we don't have an image? Then we can go, for example, to placeholder image API, lorem pixum. We can use a default image. That's not the best one. Placeholder. That was not the correct one. Placeholder image generator. We can use whatever we want here actually. So let's just try to take one of these URLs. So if I then go to models.py in the account app where we get this, instead of returning an empty string, we can return this instead. So if I go here now, and if I then just go to my profile, hello, then you can see here that I get an image. I want this to be completely round like that. So now I have a default image there, but it's not set up there. But if I go and log out and log in again, then you can see it's automatically set, and the user error here is gone as well. Perfect. So now this is really starting to look like something. I can set this to done because now this is fixed. Okay, so the next thing I want to work with then is image attachments. So we already have the model for this. If I open up models.py in the post app, you can see here that we have it here, post attachment. This can be an image which will be put into this folder. And then we just need to append it to the attachment here. So we have already done a little bit for this on the avatar for the user. So I think that we can borrow some code there. If I just scroll down and find the edit profile. If I then make a copy of this one, the input type file, and go to feed.view or the profile view. I guess that's where we can post things from. We can take the post and we can take it here. Okay, let's do it here in the profile view. So if I scroll up and find the form here, let me just add it below there. It doesn't look good now, but we will fix that later when we have made it work. So then I can go back here again, copy the rest of the code we need here. Now I need to use this to sending the information back instead. So let's scroll down and find the submit form. And then we can add the avatar, which should be image, and one more field for the body. So body, this dot body, and then in here we can instead just say form data, which then points to this one. And then here I can say image, and this just takes the first image in the list of image we try to upload. So then I need to add the headers as well, so that the backend understands that we are sending more than just a raw text. Like that. Okay, get the warning there. Forgot to add this curly brace. Like that. That, and that, and that there. Okay. So now that should be taken care of. You don't need to think about anything else with uploading here. So then we need to do some changes in the backend to handle this. Because here we just put it in like this, the post form. So how should we handle if there is some sort of attachment to this? Let me try to say create a class here for this. So class attachment form, pass in model form, set the class meta, model should be the post attachment, this one. And then the fields we want here should be the image. This is added manually afterwards, and this is added automatically by Django. So here we can just say, not post attachment, but image, sorry. Image, like that. Then we need to import the model up here. We can copy this here now, the attachment form, and import it here together with post form. And then below, inside here, I think I can say if request dot files print has files, so that I know this. Then I can say attachment equals, no, I don't want to do it there. First, sorry. Here, post form, this needs to be changed to request.post, since we changed the front end to have this form data instead of just posting it directly. So this should still work. And then I can say attachment form equals attachment form and pass in request.files. And say if attachment form dot is valid, then I can say attachment equals for attachment form dot save and say commit equals false, because here I need to do the same thing as we do here. Set attachment dot created by is the logged in user and say attachment dot save. And then just to make it easy to connect these, I say attachment here equals none. And then in here, before we save this, I say if attachment, then we know that this is valid and that we have an attachment. Post dot what was the name we call this? Attachments. Okay, that's easy. Dot add attachment. So that should be it. Okay, let's try to test this. Choose file, just select one of these, post with image, and post. Post with image, there were no errors. Let me try to see in the Finder if the image is there. So that did not upload to post attachments. Okay, doesn't seem like it was uploaded. Post, create. Doesn't seem like that was working. Print, request.files, and I can print this. Print attachment form. Print attachment form is valid, and if not, we can say print attachment form dot errors. So now we should at least see if there is anything wrong. Let me try one more time. Select an image, post, go back here. Then you can see here that the image field is required. Okay, so that's weird. We are calling it image there. In the front end, when we are sending in, we are calling it image. So why is it not working? Because you can see here it's called image, but the error is that the image is not there. Okay, what if I also add request.post to see if that is working? Post. Then I get an error. Foreign key constraint failed. Here you can see that attachment form is valid. Attachment form is valid, but it's also printing. Okay, remove this. Was it valid up here as well? No, here it was wrong. Okay, let me just save now, stop, start again, just so everything is clear. Refresh, try one more time, select an image, post. Okay, so the foreign key constraint failed. That's okay, I will fix that. But you can see here that attachment form is valid. So that means that we got in here. We are setting the attachment to save and commit false. That means that we can set the created by afterwards, which we do here. Created by is request.user, and then we save it. So where does this come from? Line 76, that is this one, post.attachment.add. Attachments, it's this one, which refers to this one. And this one refers to that one, so that should be okay. Print attachment, just want to see what this is. Why isn't this correct? Try to post again. So up here it says post attachment, so it looks like the post attachment is created. If I go here, we have a new folder with some new images, which means that this is created. We go down here, but this is not correct. Maybe if I go down here below, and that makes sense actually, because when we had it like this, since we set commit false, the post isn't created when I try to go into this. So I need to set this afterwards. So then I can set it like that. Scroll down, try one last time, post, and now this was reset and we got information back. Everything is okay here. Nice. So let me just take this away, take this away, take this away, because now we should have a post with an image. For example, this one. So that means that I just need to do some changes to the serializer, the post serializer. Here we need to create a serializer for the post attachments. Class post attachment serializer, serializer.model serializer, set the class meta. Here we can set the model to post attachment, of course, and the fields we want is ID and image. So that means that down here we can also do it here. Attachments equals post attachment serializer, read only equals true, and many equals true, because we want this to be a list. Then we can add it at the list down here and save. Actually, we need this same thing down here on the post detail when we're going to the detail page of a post. So now it's available there, so we should be able to show an image there. So if I go to feed item.view, above the body, we can say template v-if post.attachments.length, since this is a list. Just want to set something there. Okay, so now you can see that we get an ASDF, add some more. You can see that we get this there because this post has an image. Nice. Okay, so here I can now say img v-4 image in post.attachments v bind key image.id and colon source, so that we can use JavaScript in here. And you can just say image.url or image.image.url. Maybe that's correct. We will test. And then class rounded-xl, so we get rounded corners on the image. So that did not work. Okay, let me see if there is anything here that makes sense. Okay, you can see that we try to insert an image, but the source is empty. Posts. Let me save one of these. Attachments is empty. Maybe it's this one. Attachment. There we have the image. Media post. Okay, we are close. Just open up the models.py in the account. We need a similar function to this one. Get avatar. So open up the models.py again in the post. Get image. If self.image, then we return self.image.url. Else we can just return an empty string. And then we can go to the serializer, scroll to the top and say get image instead of just image. Go back here and say image.get image and save. Hopefully refresh, and now we have the image there. Perfect. Maybe we should show this in full width and have a little bit space below. So W full and B 4. Nice. Let me try one more post, one more. Add the other image we have, post, and then it was added down here. automatically. Perfect. And if I try to go into the detail page, it's also showing here. Nice. So now we actually have image upload for the post. I just want to do one more thing, and that is that if I go to the feed, the image upload isn't working here, so we need to fix that. But I want it to look a little bit better and just use this. So the best way to do this, I think I need to Google. Okay, so here styling upload field, upload file input. So how do we do that? Typically this, you don't need JavaScript, but let me see what this looks like, blah blah blah. Okay, let me see what this answer says instead. That was just scrolled up a little bit. You could also wrap the entire, okay, let me just copy this, go back here, scroll up again where we are having this, paste it, go back here, and then we can copy this code, display none. If you just scroll above here, we can say style, like that, and copy this and paste and save. So if I go back, it looks a little bit better. We just need to fix it so it looks like this instead. So what we need to do in order to make that work, maybe I can just copy the classes for this. Maybe that can work. Oh yes, that looks great. So nice. Then we can just move over the ref to this one, remove that close and say attach image. Now we can remove this and we can remove that and save. So if I now click this, we can select image. Now we don't see it anywhere here. So what would be cool then is to show a preview image here. So let me just close a few of these. Very much here. I don't need any more. JavaScript show preview input type file. How to preview selected image. Okay. We don't use jQuery. Yuck. Here you can see how we can do this with pure JavaScript, but maybe we can search Vue to see if we get a good example using Vue, which is a little bit better. Please keep in mind we can't use TIFF. No, that's okay. On file change. Okay, first we can add another URL to the data here, and then we create a new method. So scroll down inside the methods here, const file is that one, this.url equals the URL to that image locally, and then we create one more div there. Nice, that seemed to go very well. Just scroll. Where do we want this? Maybe we just have it below the image or the text area. So I think this VIF should go on this instead, so that we don't show the div unless there is a preview. So let's save this and just test it. Attach image 300. No, that will not work, of course, because I haven't connected this here to the file change. So at change, then we want to call the method we just added, which is called on file change. Save, refresh just to make sure everything is okay. Select an image, and then it was added there. Nice, but it's a little bit too big. We can probably specify something here. Class. You can set the width to B or W and then 100 pixels. This is how you hard code something in Tailwind. And then rounded XL. Oh wow, much better. Little bit space up to the text area. MT2. Maybe MT3. So it's same there as there. Okay. So that looks good. If I try to change this, it will be that image instead. Okay. Testing. Post. Then it was added there. Nice. I see that this is reset when we click post. I want to do the same thing with the image as well. So if I scroll down, then I can probably just say this dot refs dot file dot files 0 equals null or something like that. Let's try it. Attach image, select one, post. That was not corrected. Index is not supported. Okay, JavaScript, reset this, or let's say view reset, like that. How to clear input. Great. This refs file upload value equals null. So I was almost correct. Refresh, try one more time. Post, no. This refs dot value dot the value, maybe for that one. No, that did not work. Okay, maybe that just reset. This to the refs.file reset. Save. Refresh. Test one more time. Post. No, this is not the function. Input value equals null. But why doesn't it work? This dot refs dot file dot value equals null. I thought I already tested it. Refresh, select an image, post. No, it is not. Okay, maybe it actually is reset, but I need to hide the HTML. So I can set this .url also to null. That is probably it. Okay, last attempt. Attach image, post, yes. So now that is working as well. Nice. So then I can go here and set this to done. So now we have images as well for the posts. Nice. That was actually it for this part. If you have any questions about today's code, feel free to leave a comment below and I will answer as soon as I can. See you in the next video.